All right. Guess I was muted there for a second. There we go. Finally, I fixed that transition. All right. That's a win for me. I'll take that. I will take that. Anyway, hey, Nuggets, welcome to the food truck. My name's Ruka. Today we are doing another Tokyo Treat snack box review. So, before we get started, uh, I did put up a poll not too long ago about whether or not we should be reviewing some snacks on stream, some newer snacks on stream. As far as Tokyo Treat is concerned, I will still be streaming those whenever I get them until the subscription runs out, which is I think around August is what I signed up for. So, but anyway, Tokyo Treat that's gonna stay until August at least. We're gonna be streaming that monthly as soon as we get them. But there's new snacks also I want to review that look a little bit interesting, and I put a poll up recently asking both Twitter and YouTube if we should review those on stream too. Um, Catch is, it's still gonna be like several months worth of stuff, but I don't think they're gonna like expire anytime soon. At least I made sure that they were not going to be expiring anytime soon. But it's still it's still quite a bit of stuff that I have to go through. Um, but and I think the what from what the votes said is like it was roughly 50-50. I think more in favor of doing videos rather than streams, and I am still partial to doing streams, but I do see the point that maybe for some, oh sorry for the squeak, maybe for some videos what might be better, at least a little bit more bite sized, a little bit more edited, and probably easier to go back to. I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to do that is. Um, but yeah, if I find some snacks that are probably better for stream or better for videos, I'll probably try to do one or the other. In any case, today we have the Tokyo Tree snack box. So hi, hi, we're doing this today. Today's this month's theme, today's theme, this month's theme is Sakura. So the cherry blossoms. I want to say cherry blossom season was like around late March, and it might still be going on up to now, but it's like the tail end of cherry blossom season, at least towards the north. And if there's still cherry blossoms left up north in Japan, they're probably withered by now. They don't last very long, like 1 or 2 weeks at most. Meanwhile, if you're in Japan for during the fall season or even like maybe early winter, um, you'll see fall leaves. You'll see the orange and red leaves all around Japan for at least a month, maybe 2 months even. So that's kind of nice. It's just cherry blossom season's really, really tight as far as some. If you want to go to Japan and you're trying to like catch a cherry blossom, it's really, really tight when you're going to see them. And I guess it also depends on where you plan to go. I don't know when cherry blossom season is for Tokyo per se, but yeah, I think you have a better chance of catching them if you go from the south to the north. I think that's how cherry blossoms propagate, not propagate. That's how they travel across Japan. It's like as the temperature warms up, the cherry blossom trees start to bloom. I think that's how it works. Someone correct me if I'm wrong about that, but that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much how it works. So going from south to north, and I think Hokkaido like gets them last. I don't know where in Hokkaido you would see them probably last, but even up in the mountains, if there's cherry blossoms there, you can probably see them all the way up to, I want to say like end of April. I was there the first time in Japan, from like the end of April to maybe about the first week of May during Golden Week. So I did see a little bit of cherry blossoms, but it's not like full bloom what we see in the pictures where they do the hanami, the basically the drinking parties, like gigantic drinking parties that they have under cherry blossoms. all for families, all for friends, and all for the workers and stuff like that, co-workers and office people and whatnot. So I mean, all that. But yeah, I've never seen it myself. I just know about the stories. I've never been in Japan for full blown cherry blossom season, but around this season in Japan, though, you're gonna see a lot of different cherry blossom themed stuff, a bunch of Sakura themed stuff. You probably see this most in like Starbucks and anything that has like food that they do seasonal and stuff like that. If not just Sakura flavored drinks, there's also Sakura flavored snacks that some people do seasonally. Also, I think Starbucks is really popular with their tumblers and other drinkware that's like Sakura themed. So a bunch of pink and cherry blossom stuff. But yeah, you can probably see quite a bit of those, and if you try to buy them online, they're probably going to be like upcharged anywhere from 50 to 100% the original price just because they can. But yeah, so today we are doing the snack box. And I got the drink out as usual, put it in the fridge, and the drink this time is actually pretty neat. I don't think we've had this type of drink before, and now I'm thinking about it. I don't think I have anything to open it. You'll see what it is once we get there. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the table and move the camera. So let me turn off the noise gate really quick and mute so I can move the mic. All right, I'm gonna also go move chat so I can see you guys when you do come in. And camera is being moved. Alrighty then. Let me just get everything ready. Oops. What the heck did I hit? I swear I hit some random stuff every single time. But let me get this ready. I'm trying a slightly different setup. You're probably not going to see too much difference on stream. But for me, it's going to be a slightly different thing. Hopefully, it works out. Otherwise, might be a little bit weird and stuff. Alright, I think this will be okay. I didn't really check this height on the mic, not my camera, but I think this will be okay. Usually I'm a little bit lower, so if I look up, I'm kind of like looking up, but maybe you can like lower that down just a teeny bit. Maybe just a teeny bit. It's tricky. It's tricky when cameras are positioned in a weird way. Okay, I think. Hoping it's not too high. So it might be a little bit weird if it's too high or not. Oh well. Anyway, so TokyoTreat box for today. As you can see, the box has been banged up a little bit. I'm not so sure what the heck is going on. I feel like the deliveries have been getting sloppier and sloppier, but hey, who would oh well, as long as everything else is in here is in one piece, I think we'll be okay. So, I'll just open this up really quick. And pink. Lots of pink. That's it. Should I zoom out a bit? Oh, can I? Oh, the lens on the camera is like kind of going wobbly on me. It was loose? Why was it loose? Okay, I think that's as far as we can go for some reason. Let's see. Just made some noodles and used some gravel mixed with ketchup. Gravel? What? Gravel? Wait. What do you mean gravel? You mean like gravel from the road? What the heck? Are you talking about gravy? If you mean gravy and ketchup, I haven't tried that before, but that's usually pretty good. Gravel, I don't know how edible gravel is. I do know some people eat clay for their indigestion, but gravel, I worry about that just a little bit. Asphalt might not be good for you either. But welcome, Raccoon, welcome. But yeah, today we're doing a Sakura picnic party. We don't have any alcoholic drinks in the box because they can't send us alcoholic drinks, but we do have something pretty neat. I'll show that to you really quick. so that we can anticipate it for later. But let me just show you the bottle that that we got today. It is pretty darn cute. Look at this. It's like a tiny strawberry bottle with a pop cap. So I think I'm gonna have to find a bottle opener for this thing. But look at this thing. It's so cute. It's so tiny. I can like fit it in my hand. I'm definitely gonna be keeping this glass bottle after I'm done with it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to close it back up though. But this is gonna be neat. It's gonna be neat. And there's a certain symbol on the bottle cap over here that I'm gonna talk about later. But yeah, let's go with the rest of this first. Hey workshop, welcome. Major grammar mistake. Gravy. I cannot spell. Don't worry about it. I think I got it from context clues, but yeah. Okay, Sakura picnic party. As mentioned before, I have never been to a Sakura picnic party before, like, you know, the kind they would have in Japan where you drink with everyone, like very gratuitously apparently. But yeah. So, but I think it's like still, like maybe it's a tail end of Sakura season, but full bloom in Tokyo is probably long past gone. If you want to see Sakura season around, I think this time, you might be able to see it, I want to say in Hokkaido, if you're lucky. But even maybe in Hokkaido, it might have passed by now. Just do your research on that because the windows for those are really short if you want to visit around this time in Japan. So, here you go. This box looks pretty promising. Maybe not as good as the, best in Japan box, but it still looks pretty promising in general. Already we're getting a little bit of preview here. Looks like we got some Ghana premium chocolate. You may or may not have seen those before, but they're okay. They're like a slightly higher mid-end chocolate. We also get a giant bowl of ramen. We also have a few other interesting bits here that we're gonna look into. Dango on the cover, yeah, that's some dango over here. Dango without any flavoring. No, well, I think this dango might there's either food coloring or this might actually be Sakura flavored, and you might have some matcha flavor in here. So a 3 flavor dango. And then these I have seen before. The strawberry filled mochis. These are actually you would call these daifukus. If anything is in the middle of the mochi, that's automatically a daifuku. The ones with the leaves, I don't think I've seen before. Like these ones over here, I don't think I've seen that one before. But apparently it's still pretty common. Bentos and blossoms. So you probably have seen pictures and videos about Sakura season in YouTube and wherever. But basically what people do is whenever the cherry blossoms look at their best, people go have a picnic under the cherry blossoms. I have no idea why they do this, but apparently it's been in practice for quite a while. Apparently since the Edo period, according to the pamphlet over here. So Edo period is around the 1600s to 1860s. So it's been done for quite a bit. And whenever you do the hanami, the cherry blossom picnic stuff, you usually bring some food, and it's usually like packed bentos, because unlike let's say you know in the US, whenever you go to like a football game or picnic, there's usually a grill or something, and people like would grill and do the hot dogs, barbecue, or burgers. That's not a thing in Japan, so bentos are a thing. So you cook everything beforehand, or make everything beforehand, like sandwiches, those sausages, onigiri, that kind of stuff. So like what we have here, pickled veggies, as well as the sushi rolls, I guess. Sushi rolls. There's always going to be some sort of rice. If you want to get a little bit fancy, you have the chicken and egg and like a normal bento lunch. Yeah. Is dango soft? Dango... The one time I had dango, it's not soft. It's more like chewy. So it's probably not as chewy as mochi, but it's still on the chewy bit. It's still on the chewy side. But I've only had dango once, so I can't remember that too well. I've only had mochi on daifuku. The one time I had dango was from a grocery store. I didn't really know what it was. Well, no, I think I knew it was dango, but it came with this brown type of sauce, and the sauce I didn't know at the time was a soy sauce. Like imagine soy sauce in sauce form, a little bit thicker, but it had no sweetness. It was actually a little salty. I did not expect that. I did not expect a salty soy sauce dip for the dango. Apparently that's a thing. And when I tried it, I was a little surprised. I didn't like how salty it was. The dango itself was fine, but the sauce is. I was hoping it to be a little bit sweeter. Hello, does that say Lunu Lata? Welcome, Lunu Lata. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, but no, dango is a little bit chewy. Probably not as chewy as mochi. But yeah, I guess it's still soft, but chewy soft, that kind of thing. Munchies with meaning. Okay, I don't think I've known this one. What is this? Hanami dango, stick full of symbolism. Apparently, Hanami dango has 3 flavors to it. I think we've seen a little bit of this in the front cover. So, cherry blossoms is for the pink, white for melting winter snow, okay, and green for coming spring. I'm guessing it's at least food coloring, but it's just basically saying, hey, spring's coming, and these are the dango colors we put on the stick, so to symbolize that. Sakura mochi. I don't think I've ever seen this in person before. The Sakura mochi with leaves thing. I'm gonna adjust one of my lights here because I keep on like bringing up the pamphlet. It looks a little dark. Let's bring up the lights here so we got a little bit of light. There we go. That looks a little bit better on camera. I've never seen these before. I think this might be like, what do you call this? A seasonal thing. But I have seen something similar in Kyoto. So I think like different places have different types of mochi. You know the most mochi you see are like little balls that everyone's kind of familiar with. The mochi that you typically see in Kyoto are kind of like these triangle type mochis. Let's just say like triangle type mochis. They're still and they're usually filled with something in the middle. Usually the anko paste. But other than that, those are the 2 main types of mochis I've seen. But the triangle ones you'll see mostly in Kyoto. Stoplight. Don't. The light. Okay. Stay. Do not drop. Don't drop. But yeah, but these particular ones I don't think I've ever seen before. It might, like I said, it might be a spring thing. Okay, so a little preview about the snacks we're gonna go try out today. We have some Sakura senbei, so senbei, the rice crackers. So it's gonna be like cherry blossom flavored crackers. If you haven't had cherry blossom flavored foods at all, it's a little bit floury, I guess is the best way I can describe it. I'll try to describe it as best as I can once we get to it, but it's unique. It's very unique. Sakura manju, right? Seasonal stuff. Sakura flavored bean paste. There's probably gonna be bean paste in here, with cherry blossom flavors in the bean paste. Let's see how good that actually is going to be. Peach Kit Kat. Okay, peaches. I don't really see a whole lot in Japan, but apparently it's also a thing. Peach Kit Kat, I've never had before. I have seen it around a few times. I never pick it up though. I never pick it up whenever I'm like coming back from Japan with all the souvenirs and stuff. Just because peaches, I can have peaches anytime. It's like, but we have it now, and we're gonna see how true to flavor these are, which usually they are. So I'm a little excited about that. Manju can be so sweet. Yeah, it actually is. It can be actually super sweet. There's one manju. Manju is yeah, the manju is these breaded ones. I'm thinking daifuku, but yeah, manju can be pretty sweet. Manju can be pretty sweet. Sakura matcha cookie bites from Cream Cologne. Okay, so Cream Cologne is like another snack that the Pocky people make. So Pocky are like sticks with some sort of chocolate dip, strawberry, or matcha that you usually see, and they have more varieties than just those three. Cream Cologne are like these. It's kind of like the stick wafers, and they're cut short, like you see here in the picture, and they're filled with something in the middle. If you haven't seen those before, but we'll get to that. I don't think I've had this specific one, the Sakura matcha version, so that'd be pretty interesting. Sakura cherry candy, hard candy that is going to be Sakura flavor. There's going to be a lot of Sakura flavors here. I'm going to be overwhelmed with Sakura flavor. Sakura trivia, pay with petals. Sakura is actually engraved in the 100 yen coin. Yep. Let me show you the 100 yen coin. So you can see in the picture, but I have some Japanese coins here too. Let me see if I can find mine. Ah! Oh, I think it's here. Let's see. I think I still have some leftover coins from my trip. Okay. That's Philippine coin. That's something else. Where's my yen? What is my yen? It's here somewhere. Ah, crap. Did I already use up all my yen? You know what? I have another one somewhere. A bullet full of yen. But, oh well, we'll just do it with a picture for now. We'll just do a picture for now. Japan has so many variants of Kit Kat flavors or just candy in general I've never heard of. Yeah! I actually admire that just because, you know, like most places you just have chocolate, vanilla, and if you're maybe in Europe you get a little bit fancier than that. But in the US it's like, if you want to get any special flavors of any desserts, snack, candy, you have to go to like some sort of specialty store. Otherwise, you're just not going to see them in the grocery store, not even as a seasonal thing, which kind of is like, really? Really? Okay, I'm really trying to look for that coin now, because I have it somewhere. I think it's... crap. Cannot find. I know it's... oh, here it is. Here it is, I found it. I'm just getting distracted by the random stuff that they show in the thing. But here I have basically a shell. Well, it's a replica of a bullet from Kantai collection, and you basically load this up with a bunch of 100 yen coins. So here we have a 100 yen coin, and you can see the engraving on there. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Well, if I can get focused anyway. It's pretty neat. 100 yen coin. Probably a little bit better than the picture. Maybe not. Okay. Let's go back to this. Okay, Strawberry King Cider. So the little glass bottle that we saw earlier. But the thing that interests me though is that there's this little onsen. There's this little onsen symbol on the bottle, which kind of makes me wonder if this is something that they usually serve in. Well, maybe not usually, but in some onsens. Not onsens. Public baths. I'm thinking public baths. That I think you might have seen some dramas or some anime where usually they drink some milk or something after going to the bath and stuff. I've never actually seen that before, but one of these days I'm hoping I can actually find something like that, and maybe this has something to do with it. I don't know, but I've never seen a cider drink just being served like that. So maybe in some places. Strawberry cider though, that's a little bit different. Premium Ghana truffle, chocolate truffles made by Ghana. I don't normally buy Ghana, but it is a thing. We'll see how good this is. It's been a while since I've had one though. And then another Ghana chocolate cake bite. So Ghana chocolate cake bites this time. Mini Caplico. I think I've talked about Caplico before. Caplico is weird. I don't even know what Caplico really is. But Caplico is basically, the way I can describe it is like usually an ice cream cone type of thing with some sort of foam flavoring in the middle. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Like some kind of foam cream that solidifies after a while. But we have one today, so we'll get a closer look at that. Sour paper candy cola. Another candy cola. We seem to have a candy cola in every single box that we've done. Best Hanami spots in Japan. Himeji Castle. Have not been to Himeji Castle. Would like to drop by at some point. Kema Sakura no Miya Park in Osaka. I don't think I've been to this part of Osaka. The only place in Osaka I've been to is Dotonbori, and not really that much in Dotonbori. Ueno Park, on the other hand, I have been to. Ueno Park, really big park with a bunch of stuff happening in there. There's a couple of small shrines. There is a science museum that I still not have gone in there. But in front of the science museum, there is a giant whale. Like a 1-to-1. I think it's a 1-to-1. If it's not 1-to-1, it's maybe like a 1-to-2 scale of a blue whale. If not a blue whale, maybe a sperm whale. But it's a whale. It's some kind of whale. I know that much. It's gigantic. And I think there's also a dinosaur. Maybe. Don't quote me on the dinosaur. I know the whale's there though. Ueno Park also has like a zoo next to it. So I think right across, or maybe like near the science museum, there's this giant fountain, and next to the fountain there is the Ueno Zoo. I've not tried to go into the zoo before because it's usually packed and it's hard to get in. I think my friend and I tried to go in once on my first trip, and we saw the crowds. He asked me, "Do you want to go and see the panda?" I'm like, "There's a huge crowd. I think I'm gonna skip this." And I've never gone to the zoo, but I've always gone to the park whenever I had the chance, and if I'm in Ueno. A sperm whale? Yeah, it's a gigantic statue of a whale outside the science museum. And I feel like every time I go by the science museum, it seems closed, or at least maybe it's the backside. I'm not entirely sure. There might be a front of the science museum I don't see, and people actually go in there instead. So maybe people don't go there. Maybe it's just closed every time I visit. But then again, I don't really know when I visit the park. Maybe I go there on a Saturday. I just don't know about it. I do remember that one time I went to the park. It was, I think, the day before I was leaving to go back home on one of my trips. I was just sitting on a bench eating some bread and like just having a small breakfast. And I heard some kids. There were some I think kindergarteners or something. They look like kindergartners anyway, and they were with some teachers, and they were just going around the park, and they were like pointing at me and calling me like a weirdo or something like that. I was like, dude, I'm just eating here. What do you want from me? And I'm pretty sure that kids did not know I actually heard them because they probably thought I was a gaijin or something, and I could not understand a single word they said. I probably should have scared them and told them, "Hey, I'm just eating here," in Japanese, or at least the best Japanese I could muster up during that trip, because I'm definitely not fluent. Probably should have scared them. It's pretty cool though. So many sights to see. See why so many people like to visit besides the food because they enjoy anime. Yeah, there's a lot of places. There's a lot of places to go to. I mean, for anime people, you know about Akihabara. That's basically your. For anyone who likes anime. Akihabara is a must place to go just because you've seen it so much in other anime also, and there's a lot of stuff there that you'll never find anywhere else, or you'll find a little bit cheaper than you would have online because it's really hard to get that stuff. And there's also Nakano Broadway. Keep in mind Nakano Broadway as the second spot for anime goods and such, but it's not as their selection is not as updated as Akihabara. It's more like a retro anime area, but it's still a very good place to visit. But outside of Tokyo, or even within Tokyo, there's a bunch of places to go to. Ueno has a lot of places to go to, mainly the park, the zoo, the museum, even the shopping district right beside the train station, Ameyokocho. That's also a really nice place to visit. And even in other places in Tokyo, Shibuya has a bunch of shops. Shinjuku, I've still not gone around Shinjuku. I'm kind of scared of Shinjuku, but I think I might be going to Shinjuku this coming trip. So wish me luck that I don't get lost underground, because I think it's like 30 floors or something that goes underground, and I'm probably gonna get lost down there. I'm just not sure how I'm gonna navigate with all the mazes and stuff, because I mean I've been through Shinjuku before, but if you just follow the signs, it's not really hard to get from one what do you call this, from one platform to the next. But if you're going outside of the terminal, outside of the gates, that's when it gets confusing. Apparently everyone gets lost there, even the locals that aren't used to it. So it's like, okay, I'm not looking forward to that, but we'll see. I like Akihabara, yeah. Tokyo is easy for non-Japanese speaking travel. Osaka, much more traveling. Yeah, if it's your first time in Japan, Tokyo you'll always be there. You'll be there when you come to Japan. You'll be there when you leave Japan. So for me, if it's your first time ever, yeah, sure, explore Tokyo, explore Kyoto, explore Osaka. I would even recommend Hiroshima as a part of your first trip. But in your second trip or so, try to expand a little bit. There's a lot more than just the big cities, and trust me, there's a lot of interesting stuff past that. But anyway, that's another story. Speaking of which, I did mention in a recent community post that my graphics card might be near the end of its life. So next week, I'm not streaming as much anyway, but so I'm probably gonna be doing a Zatsudan sometime next week, and this is a good chance to do a Japan Talk Zatsudan next week. So I'm gonna try to plan something, and so just keep an eye out in the channel for that. It's probably gonna be in the middle of the week. I'm still debating middle or end of the week, but probably the middle. So yeah. Google Maps makes it easy. Yep, Google Maps makes traveling easy, but I'm not sure about train stations though. Like, I'm just kind of trying to imagine 30 floors in a train station and Google Maps is out. I feel like it doesn't work too well. But I don't know. I've never actually tried it. I do know it can be a little dicey. It can be a little dicey once you're underground. Above ground is okay. Underground, not so okay. Not so okay. Let's see, Ueno Park. Okay, we went up. Okay, so Ueno Park also apparently has these little swan things that you can ride. I've never done it myself. I don't think I've seen it myself. I know I've seen a temple surrounded by a bunch of lotus plants, but I don't think I've seen this. This is, this I don't think I've seen yet. I just realized that your apron shadow is 3D. That's so cool. Yeah, thank you. I don't wear an apron right now because it's like, it's it doesn't make sense, but I do have my lab coat on, and it's just a thing I've been wearing ever since I've been doing the hand cam. So let me get some water. I'm getting a little thirsty. Yeah, I gotta hand it to my artist for that. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, we're probably gonna actually probably gonna do a Japan talk stream next week. So just keep an eye out for that. Because I want to talk more Japan stuff. Hanami's do and don't. Okay, etiquette time. Let's see what the etiquette is. Do ask before snapping a photo of someone. Okay, so ask to, if you want to take pictures of someone, ask them. Always a good thing to do. Always a good thing to do. Don't touch or climb cherry blossoms. I think that should be common sense not to. I feel like kids should be reminded not to do that. But kids generally are pretty good about not doing that. At least, when they're in the presence of parents and stuff. Do take off your shoes before sitting on the picnic blanket. Okay, I can see that. It's still Japan. You do want to keep the picnic blanket clean. You don't want to get dirt all over it, because if you get dirt all over it, everyone's going to be on that dirt, and it's also going to get on the food. I think in the U.S. if anyone does picnics, people don't typically take off their shoes, but maybe that's changing a little bit. I don't know. I haven't seen a picnic done in a very long time, so please let me know if you've ever seen that. Don't dump your trash in the park. Always important. Don't just dump your trash anywhere. It's hard enough to find a trash can in public spaces. So generally, what you do if you do that, if you have trash, you carry it around with you. Either put it in a bag, like a plastic bag or something. And if you can find a trash bin, that's when you can toss the trash out. Or you take it home with you and then you sort it out there. It's a bit of a pain. Honestly, it's a bit of a pain. But the reason why you don't see a whole lot of trash cans in Japan typically is, I think, now this is kind of a serious note, but this is also what I've heard. You can fact check this later, but this is what I just heard. I think around the 90s, I want to say around the early 90s, there was a story where someone actually planted bombs in the trash cans. I think around Tokyo or something like that. I don't know if it ever went off, but because ever since that incident, there's not as many trash cans anymore. Because of that one incident, there's not as many trash cans. There's still trash cans, but to a minimum. So if you want to dump your trash somewhere, your best bets are going to be at the convenience stores, or around the train stations. Those are your two best bets. Maybe the parks also. Maybe the parks, but generally you're gonna the convenience stores and train stations are your best bets for trash. Otherwise, be prepared to lug trash with you. Carry a bag or a small plastic bag to put your trash, and then hope you find a trash can somewhere, because it's a pain in the butt to carry around. Okay, so I'm not crazy. That did happen, right? But yeah, it's because of that incident there's not as many trash cans anymore. There probably used to be a lot more until then. It's crazy. Alright, this time we have a bowl of ramen, spicy ramen apparently, vegetarian ramen, vegetarian spicy ramen. Just like cherry blossoms. Okay, I don't think this is any specific kind of ramen. It's just spicy ramen, which Japan spicy is no, I should take that back. In general, Japanese people don't do spicy, but there are places where you can find legitimately spicy food. But for a ramen bowl, I'm gonna be a little bit skeptical. Just a teeny bit skeptical. Alright then. Kapi ramune. Ramune is so you've probably seen the ramune drinks before, the bottles with the little marbles in it. It's basically just, I think ramune is just like a Japanese version of a soda. But we have here like soda, but not cola flavored tablets. So it's like maybe maybe just the fizzy flavor, but not without the fizz and without the actual cola flavor. I think that's what it is. Texas corn okonomiyaki. Okay, I do not know what makes this Texas, but okonomiyaki flavored little corn puffs. Okay, I'll buy that. But Texas corn? I don't even remember there being that much corn in Texas. So that's just a weird naming sense. Very weird naming sense. Full Moon crackers. Let's see. Crackers, traditional soy sauce rice cracker with a crisp. Okay. I don't think there's anything too special about that, but we'll see. Cola lollipop dipper. What? Oh, okay. I think I know what this one is. So we'll probably have like a sucker, a lollipop kind of thing, and we dip it in this cola powder. I think that's how this one's gonna work, but we'll see once we actually get there. And I think that's it for the snacks. Let's see what else do they have in April. 1-1 Poppy Carnival. Puppy celebration packed with dog performances, dog clothes, and even meet and greets with famous pups. Okay, so it's Yoyogi Park in Shibuya, April 8 to 9. That's way past already. But I guess that's something to remember for the future. Mid-April! Sumida Park in Asakusa. Samurai martial arts on horseback. Samurai martial arts on horseback, basically with bows. Okay, that sounds interesting. But the puppy park is also pretty neat if they still do it yearly. Let's see, I don't think there's anything else around here. Just a few ads and whatnot. Alright. Okay, so I think it's time to actually try these. So as we usually do, Kit Kat's going to be near the end because there's like a sweet thing that we can look forward to. Ramen. We'll do this also towards the end. I don't want these to be soggy as we keep going through the box. Maybe they got inspired by Texas method of making corn. I don't even know what that is. I honestly don't know what that is. I can't even count the number of times I've eaten corn in Texas. It's just barbecue, sure. I'd buy that, but corn? I don't know. Kind of iffy. Okay, so I think this is the Sakura chips. I'm trying to pick out the big boxes first, the big snacks first that we can try for later. Cream cologne, that's probably going to be near near the middle. So I'm going to put that to the side. The chocolates, the Ghana chocolate, I'm going to also put that aside away from the boiler. Okay, I think we can start with the Sakura chips. This might be interesting to do. Outside, I don't normally comment on the packaging, but let me just say the packaging on this one kind of feels like the same kind of plastic you would put around like a hard candy. For some reason it does feel like that. Normally it wouldn't be anything special, but it has a particular texture. Nothing too interesting in the back except 226 calories per 50 grams of the chips. And we have probably 50 grams in here. Yeah. Okay, we're not going to eat all of this at once, so. Okay, let me move the mic closer. I think the mic's pretty far this time. Sorry if there's any feedback. There's no way for me to really do anything about it. Saw your most recent community and look amazing. No wonder you went Fuja. The ramen. The ramen was actually something I tried at a local shop recently. So for anyone who doesn't know, and this is not really a secret, I used to come from a place that had really, really good ramen and really good Asian food in general. But ever since moving, all that stuff is gone. So it's like, okay, there's got to be some redeeming places around here. So someone mentioned there's a ramen shop in the place I live, and it's like, I'm a little hesitant to try this because I know what I left, and the ramen I have very particular criteria for ramen. Number one, well for any food, number one, it has to hold up to itself. Like I'm just saying, if you can make it good, if it tastes good, that's good. That's already good. But if you're trying to say it's ramen, it has to at least, you know, the broth has to be a certain thing. The noodles, you can't just do any sort of thing to the noodles. I'm kind of picky. Like I do actual Google food reviews. I'm not gonna tell you what my account is, but the when I did the Google review for this one, I had like I put like a TDLR on the thing, and like maybe a gigantic 4 paragraphs of stuff that about what I found about the ramen. Overall, the ramen was good. It's I wouldn't call it purely Japanese ramen, and that's not a bad thing, because even in Japan they do a lot of experiments with their ramen. But this one was more like Chinese. It lent Chinese with the way the broth and the toppings were, which is good, and the noodles were also really really good. Because I mean the noodles were like standard ramen noodles that you can buy anywhere, and that's already a good plus. The thing that caught me off guard was that there wasn't a whole lot of broth. Overall, it was good. There wasn't a whole lot of broth. It was also a lot more expensive than I'm used to. I would still recommend the place if I could recommend it to you guys, but I'm not gonna dox myself right now as far as where I live. But yeah, overall it was good, and that's what the ramen is on the community post. Am I a food critic? Not normally, but I do get into food critic mode whenever someone recommends something or I try something new, and you know, it just has to, I'm not asking for a lot, but if you're trying to make a certain thing, it has to at least get close. And I think that was like my most critical review, not as in critical bad, but as in like I actually put down a lot of points, kind of critical review. But I'm hoping the owner didn't see that. It's not a bad review, but it felt like so picky. It felt so picky. I'm kind of wishing the owner didn't see it. So if I want to go back there, I have to like make myself scarce for the next 6 months, so that they forget me, and when I go back, I can go there without being like, I don't know, being shooed out if they ever read it and know what I look like. Anyway, that's a side story. Ooh. This kind of smells like the ume chips that we've had before, the ume flavored stuff, but a little bit of a floral hint with the Sakura. Also very obvious senbei. Very obvious senbei scent. Let's see. Let me give you guys a quick look on the texture of this. It doesn't look anything spectacular as far as the texture, and the light's not really helping here. I'll give you as good a look as I can get you without darkening it. But there's like little green bits in the senbei. Let me double check to see what it is. I want to say that might be seaweed, but it could be something else. Let's see. Nope, it does not say. It does not say what it is. But I want to say it's some seaweed bits in the senbei, as well as probably like Sakura flavoring, but we won't know the flavor until we try it, so let's go. Crunchy. Also weird. It tastes like a normal senbei, very crunchy. It is like the crunchy type of senbei, not like the flat type of senbei. It's more like a, I want to say it's closer to a chip than a cracker. Very salty, not very salty, but definitely salty. But the aftertaste, has an very faint but noticeable cherry blossom flavor, and it's really hard for me to describe them. It's a little bit floral. It's kind of like I'm eating. It's kind of like I'm eating the flower itself. It's not very strong, but it's there. For the saltiness and the crunchiness, it's pretty good already. It's just the aftertaste. If you actually like mull over it a little bit, it gets a little bit weird. And it's not bad. It's not bad. If you don't notice the Sakura flavors, that's okay. You can enjoy this just for the saltiness and the crunchiness. And it's very crunchy. But if you notice the Sakura, I think that's something just you get used to. Overall, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. Just the Sakura flavor. Okay, let me put that aside. Okay, Texas corn. Actually, no, let's do something sweet. Because we usually have a lot of sweet stuff, and we need to slowly go through the sweet stuff. This is the lollipop with the cola powder. Immaculate crunch. I'm hoping the crunch actually made it through the mic well. The mic is pretty far from me, but I took off the noise gate so you guys can hear everything. I hope that actually worked. Okay, I kind of want to go through these last these dagashi type snacks near the end, because those are usually fun, and I kind of want to spend a little bit more time with them. But let's see, as far as other sweet stuff, ooh, we got 2 Caplicos. Okay, I'm gonna only try 1 Caplico because I want to save the other one for myself later. So we have here, it's probably a little blurry. So we have 2 Caplico sticks here. We have a strawberry Caplico, which should be pretty easy to find if you have a Asian grocery store. Now this other one is a little bit different. Since it's Sakura season, we have Sakura flavors. So this is going to be a Sakura flavored Caplico, and I've never seen this before, so we will try this. Thought you were wearing the wired ones. I wish I was wearing the wired ones. If I was wearing a wired one, I can actually cook in the kitchen. But I can't cook in the kitchen. This is the same mic that I use for the streams. I'm just taking the noise gate off. Normally I have a noise gate on, so you don't hear everything, like, and the sound comes out clean. But since I'm like 2 feet away from the mic, I have to take the noise gate off. Otherwise, you're not gonna hear me or anything at all. But yeah, it's the same mic. It's the same mic. Ooh. Actually, it doesn't smell very Sakura. This one, this certain Caplico doesn't smell very Sakura. It smells more like strawberry and vanilla. But maybe the flavor is going to be a little bit different. But here's the Caplico for, if you haven't seen one before. Here's a Caplico. It kind of looks like a ice cream cone, a very long ice cream cone. But the inside, this is kind of like some sort of hardened foam cream. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It does melt if you touch it or like hold on to it for too long. But we do have it in a cone shape. And if we open this, you can kind of see. You can kind of see the... No, you can't. You can kind of see what the inside looks like. It's a little hard. I know the camera's not easy to focus. But you can kind of see the foamy insides. It tastes more like vanilla than Sakura, actually. I'm not really tasting the Sakura. It tastes more like vanilla. I'm not sure how they do these Sakura flavors, but it's not tasting like very strong Sakura flavor, even for this kind of snack. But it looks like there might be some chocolate also. There's a dark spot here that might be like some sort of chocolate cream or chocolate foam, whatever the heck this is. I still can't figure it out. Let me see if I can like just crush it and open it. Nope, it's very hard to do that. Trying to trying to open this thing. Okay, here's a better dissection. It looks like a marshmallow fluff. I don't know what a marshmallow fluff looks like, but maybe. But it's not like squishy. It's not that squishy. It's hard. Well, not hard, but it's firm. And if you press on it, you can see that there's probably like little air bubbles, or at least pockets where air bubbles used to be. And if you press on it, you can actually squish them. And it does melt pretty easily in your hands. But there's like chocolate, maybe vanilla, and supposedly Sakura flavor, but I don't taste the Sakura flavor. I taste more the vanilla and chocolate. Overall, it's not a bad snack. They're just expensive. Like, one of these, I don't know how much this one particularly costs, but a slightly bigger one than this, a regular Caplico, just one of those is like $3. And I don't get it. I don't understand. If it was cheaper, okay. But this stuff is expensive. I'd rather get like a box of Pocky than one of these things. But they're kind of fun sometimes, so, you know, if you can try it, try it. But they're kind of expensive. That's my only critique about them, to be honest. Okay. I'm saving this one for later. But as far as Sakura flavor, I'm just not tasting it. Sorry. It's tasty. It's sweet. Just no Sakura. Just no Sakura. Okay, I need something salty next. What salty stuff do we have? Not much. We don't have much salty stuff. We have sweet. So we have sweet, 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 maybe salty, salty, too salty, and then we still have the Kit Kat, we still have the Ghana chocolate, and then we have the ramen, which is hopefully going to save me near the end here with all the sweet stuff that I'm going to be eating. There's just there's a lot of sweet. I mean, in general, you're going to find a lot of sweet stuff in these kinds of boxes, but still, more than I expected. You know, since I need a little bit of Sakura in my life, let's try this hard candy Sakura, but apparently it's not just Sakura in here. It seems like there's a few other things that I'm not quite sure what they are. Let me see first. Not quite sure what they are. It looks like there might be some pomegranate, but they call this one cherry candy. At least that's what it says here on the corner. Might not be easy to read, but it says cherry candy, and this is the other stuff maybe that goes into the candy. I'm not entirely sure. Or it's just the candy itself. I'm gonna like zoom in a bit more so I don't have to like bring it up so high. Hopefully you have a sweet tooth with all this candy. I have a sweet tooth. It's not as strong as sweet tooth I used to be. I used to eat a lot of sweets way back in the day, especially pastries. I used to be a really huge pastry hound. I kind of still am. I also used to be a huge chocolate hound, but I had to stop. I had to stop because I was gaining weight, and it's not good for my genetics, if you know what I mean, to eat so much sweet stuff. So I had to cut back, and Yeah, a little healthier for that, but I still like it every now and again. I'm not as much as big into like chocolates and like hard candies. I prefer I prefer bready stuff more, like pastries and bread in general. But this kind of stuff's still fun to try once in a while. Honestly, I don't understand people who say they're not huge into sweets or at least don't like sweet stuff. I mean, I kind of get it, but at the same time, I don't get it because what do you hate about it? Or that it's too sweet, the kind of thing? I don't know. I know some people aren't into it. I just want to know why. So we have okay, cherry candy, not Sakura candy, cherry candy. I thought this was supposed to be Sakura because it has a bunch of Sakura stuff here. But we'll see what this is actually going to be like. And this is unusual because apparently this is resealable. Holy crap! They actually gave me a resealable package. Most of the stuff is not resealable, and then this tiny thing is actually resealable. We'll see. We'll see. It is hard candy though. You better brush your teeth at least 4 times after this. I'll brush my teeth very thoroughly. Don't you worry. But the hard candy actually looks fairly pretty. Let's see if we can get a close look at that. Woo. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. This is as good as I can get. Anyway, you can kind of see that the hard candy has like a little bit of a white, well maybe not white, but it looks like a white and pink swirl in there. I'm not entirely sure what's in it, but I'm assuming the pink is supposed to be Sakura, if not cherry. It says cherry, but the packaging looks like Sakura, right? This looks like Sakura, but I'm hoping Sakura. If it's cherry, it is the least artificially cherry flavor I've ever had, and that's a good thing. I don't know if you guys ever had like cherry candy in general, or canned cherries and stuff like that. I hate them. I hate artificial cherry flavor because it tastes so weird. It tastes so weird. It tastes so artificial. And that's probably why I don't like cherries in general. But if I actually had real cherries, I don't think I would hate them so much. But this tastes like a really clean flavor. I don't think it's Sakura though. It might actually be cherry, like the packaging says. I'm just. Well, I mean, it's cherry blossom, and you do get cherries from cherry blossom, so I guess that makes sense. But it's a really clean and smooth cherry flavor, and I appreciate that. Would definitely recommend this for anyone who doesn't like cherry candy, because of the same reasons I stated earlier, but would like a nice, clean tasting cherry candy, and this is it. I think this is it, actually. It's really nice. Really nice. Have a cousin like that. She doesn't like anything sweet, especially chocolates. She says she doesn't like the taste. I mean, that kind of makes sense. If you're eating, I have to admit though, chocolates from the U.S. mostly a miss for me. I mean, I'll indulge once in a while with the Kit Kats and Reese's, but after having good chocolate, they're not that great. They're okay once in a while. You know, when you have that junky feeling that you kind of just want something junky, but they're not that great. I do have favorites. Kit Kat is okay. The Crunch bars are okay, but the chocolate itself is not that good. And if those are what she's used to, I can see why they don't like it. But if they had other chocolates from other places, like like the Lin's or the Cadbury stuff, or just any good quality chocolate from any other places, those are much better. They're not very sweet, but they are very smooth. They actually taste good. Sweet, like pastries in general, though. I guess it depends where you go. One point I thought blue raspberry was an actual fruit. I can see that. I can see that. I don't think I've actually seen a blue raspberry in real life. They are red. They only come in one color. They are red. And honestly, I've just kind of tuned myself out with a lot of the, with a lot of American snacks. Excuse me. Just because they do so much wrong. They do so much wrong for the kids. They try to make it look fun and stuff like that, but it's such crappy quality. At the end of the day, it's actually really crappy quality. But you can't say too much bad stuff about it because a lot of people grew up with it and kind of like that sort of flavor, that artificial flavor. That's just not good for you. I mean, granted, even in the Philippines, we've had some artificial flavored stuff that's not the best quality either. Like the chocolates are definitely not real chocolate. But we don't. But it's like, you know, it's just stuff you grew up with, and it has a special place in your heart. But at the end of the day, it's not really not that good for anyone. This though is good. Would recommend this one. Conroe cherry candy. Conroe cherry candy, very nice, clean tasting cherry flavor. Very smooth for a hard candy flavor. Not too sweet as usual. With most of the Japanese stuff is not too sweet. There are some that are actually pretty sweet, like the the Caplico one is actually decently sweet. This one, not very sweet. And if you're not a biter like I am, that likes to crush hard candy, you can let this sit in your mouth for a while, and it's probably not going to turn sour, which is another good sign. Because a lot of times when you have like hard candies of any kind or sugar of any kind, and there's too much sugar in it just for the sake of being sweet, if you eat too much or let it sit in your mouth for too long, it turns sour. Because in the way fermentation works, it goes from sugar to sour to, I think, rancid. I don't know, but anything sufficiently sweet will turn sour eventually. I think that's what it is at the end of the day. But this one, I think you can let it sit in your mouth for a while and it won't actually be sour. It just will taste sweet because there's not too much sugar. So recommend. Guess people weren't lying when they said European candies or snacks were more quality than the US. Yeah, in general they kind of are. In general they are. So are the ones in Japan, but once you get to like the cheap stuff like this in Japan, hit or miss. Hit or miss. They're as cheap as they look, but they're probably still better than some of the other cheaper stuff that you're used to. At the end of the day, you know, I kind of like this close-up view. I think it's a lot clearer than having to go up and down. So we'll go with this. I do need something salty though, so let's try. I'm hoping this is salty. But we have the Sakura, not Sakura. We have the Senbei with the bunny on it. I think the one with the bunny on it, soy sauce flavored rice cracker crisp. Hopefully a little bit salty, but it's probably not going to be too salty. It's going to be a light salty, like I mentioned with the dango. But it's not unusual. I think we've had something similar before. So let's try it again. Let's try this. If cheap is nice packaging, I'll eat it. Yes, 100%. And with all the cute stuff they have in Japan, with the cute packaging, you're gonna want to try all of it. I don't think it would be an exaggeration to say that if you had to pick between the expensive omiyage or the cheap omiyage that looks cute, you could probably fill your entire luggage with the cheap omiyage that looks cute, and it'll probably be better than the expensive omiyage, the souvenir snacks. They'll take off like pretty much all your space with barely enough stuff in there. The expensive souvenirs are so good, but The cheap stuff's also really good if you can find it. Which, if you go to a Japanese grocery store and not a souvenir shop, you'll find a lot of stuff that you might want to buy. Another tip. Go to Japan, go to the grocery stores. Get your souvenirs there. Always a good thing. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so the soy sauce smell on these crackers, the senbei, is pretty strong. I mean, strong enough that I can actually smell it. And they're pretty thick, as you can see here. They're decently thick for senbei. We've had some thick senbeis here before. It's been a while since we've seen our last one, and this one already cracked apparently in the packaging, so you can kind of see the cross section here. Nice and crunchy. The saltiness is not very salty. It's actually got a nice mellow flavor to it. Pretty balanced saltiness, actually. It's not overwhelming, which is always a good thing. Especially when it comes to this kind. Now, some people might want it to be a little bit saltier. I think it's just the right amount of saltiness. There's no sweetness whatsoever. Not that I can tell, anyway. There might be some sugar, but I can't tell. It's a little sticky on the outside from the coating. The coating's not very thick. But as you can see, there's a glaze from that coating, and your hands will get sticky if you're not careful. Pretty good though. Pretty good, light salty snack. You taste mostly the rice in the rice cracker, but the soy sauce coating is it helps it quite a bit. Nice, very nice. I didn't wash my hands. I need something to dip my hands. I need water. Need some water. All right. I think that one salty snack is actually gonna let me do 2 or 3 sweet ones. So let's try the sour paper. I'm kind of curious about this one. If I can't get it all in frame, so let me try to show you how big this thing is, actually. So this sour paper is probably about as long as the box. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but this kind of looks like a fruit roll-up type of situation. At least that's what I think. At least that's what I think. And we've had something similar before. I remember people mentioning the long man from one of our previous snack review stuff. I don't know if there's going to be a similar thing, but I am going to bet it probably is. People really prefer high blood pressure. I think soy sauce in general is just used in a lot of stuff, especially for snacks. I mean, if you think about it, traditional Japanese snacks have very few ingredients that they recycle through, meaning rice, soy sauce, anko, the red bean, and I guess tea. But I feel like that's more of a modern thing. Maybe not, but in any case, rice, soy sauce, anko. Sugar I don't think it was really a thing in Japan until traders came and they traded sugar. Caramel really wasn't a thing until traders came either, I think. What else was there? I don't know if they had honey. I know they had a lot of pickled fruits and veggies. That's pretty much it. Their sweets were very limited. Even compared to most places, I feel like. Fruits and stuff. What did they have? They had cherries. They had probably apricot. They had, what are some indigenous fruits in Japan? Berries and stuff like that. But it's not. I mean, it's not salty. It's not like super salty. The soy sauce coating. It's just it's just right. It's just right. Like I feel like some people think you need a whole lot of soy sauce to make things salty. Nah, you don't really. You just need like maybe a really concentrated soy sauce and maybe like a tiny little drop, just enough to flavor, and that goes a long way, a really long way. Anyway, for this one, sour paper cola. Let's keep. I don't think there's anything too special in the back, but it is pretty long. And I don't know which way I want to open this. Maybe we'll just open it the long way. This is probably going to be making a mess. Oh, okay, so it's the same thing as before. It's the same thing as the other ones. It's very, very heavily cola scented. Very heavily cola scented, as expected with most of the cola flavored snacks. I don't know why they like cola flavors so much. Like, I know Coke and Pepsi is a thing. I don't see it a whole lot in Japan, but I know it's still a thing. But holy crap, do they have to also do it with candy too? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it, but here we are. And you don't really, you might not see it too well on camera, but you do have the little ribbings here that you can like use to peel the candy, and we'll just do a few. We'll just do a few, but it's like lightly sugar. Well, maybe not lightly sugared, but thoroughly coated with sugar, but the sugar coating is not heavy. And it sticks pretty well to the candy, which is surprising, because usually if it's coated this much, I think I see it fall off more often than not. But that's pretty stretchy. Pretty stretchy. I'm trying to pull it and trying to snap it. It's not snapping very easily. So that might be pretty good. Okay. Okay, I do need to zoom out a little bit more for this one. One of these days I'm going to replace this camera that autofocuses for me. One of these days. This is actually pretty good though. I don't get cola candy. I never will. But this has a nice chew to it. The cola flavor is actually not too overbearing. And when I say not too overbearing, like usually whenever I have these cola flavored stuff, the cola flavor is like so strong and so artificial. Well, I mean, cola flavor is artificial to begin with, but it's so strong that it tastes so off. Maybe like root beer, except I've never had root beer before, so I'm just making guesses. This is actually not bad though. Actually not bad. It's still on the stronger side of cola flavor, but because it's in this form, it's probably not as strong as, you know, like a little chewy tablet, or what do you call this? A hard candy kind of thing. It's not bad. I can see myself eating this. I can see myself keep eating this. Still wouldn't get it, personally, on the principle that it's cola flavored. But as a stretchy snack, yeah, that's pretty good for a stretchy snack. And because of that, we're not going to do the cola powder just yet. I do feel like I need to start making the ramen though, and get rid of some of the sugar in my system, because holy crap, that's gonna get to me sooner or later. Okay, ramen, spicy ramen. I mean, I don't think there's anything too special about this as far as the packaging. You've seen this packaging before, or similar. The only difference is we got a little tanuki over here. And for some reason, there's a tanuki on here. Maybe it's this brand's particular mascot or something. Spicy ramen. Oh crap! I forgot to heat the water. All right, prepare for the music, because I am boiling water, and I'm gonna set this aside until we're ready. You have beef with soda candy? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I will say this again and again, I do have beef with soda candy. I do not like it. I do not understand it. You can like it, but for me personally, I do not understand it. I'd rather have I'd rather have cola. I'd rather have cola. I don't know why I would want it in a candy form. Fruit in candy form, okay, fine. But cola in candy form? I don't think I've ever had that kind of craving. So that's definitely a me problem. That's 100% a me problem. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay, let's try something small really quick before we get to the ramen. So speaking of small, we have these little ramen powder tablets. I guess I don't know what you would call these things, but we have these like ramen flavored tablets with the little cute mascots. This definitely doesn't cost more than 100 yen. I would be surprised if this costs more than 100 yen. You can probably find this in the grocery store or like a candy shop, if you can find a candy shop these days. But I'm gonna try to open this neatly so I can close it back up. Yep. Okay. Didn't want it to spill everywhere. And they kind of look like Smarties. They kind of look like Smarties. I think we've had something similar before. Supposedly these ones have different flavors for each little tablet. Let's go see if that's actually true. We have two different colored ones. Trying the white. I guess it's supposed to be vanilla. I'm not entirely sure. Or lemon. It was a little bit sour near the end, but I couldn't tell at the start. Let's try this slightly orange one. Slightly orange flavor. It tastes a little bit different than the white one. Like, I think we have like 3 different colors here. Do we have 3 different colors? We have 3 different colors. There's a pink one, which I'm assuming is strawberry. The orange one tastes a little bit like orange. The white one, I'm not sure what that's supposed to taste like. I think it's lemon, actually. But they do have slightly different flavors. They're kind of okay. They're kind of okay if you like this type of this chalky type of candies. They melt pretty easily in your mouth, so that's a plus. Make sure you have plenty of water though, because this thing's, I can see this dehydrating you really quickly. Overall, I think it's pretty good. It's a pretty good, it's a pretty decent quality powder candy type little thing. I don't know what you call these things. What do you call these little things? Candy tablets. I'll just call them candy tablets. The little candy tablets are good quality. They're good. If they're good enough for you, they're probably good enough for the kids too. And this is definitely for the kids. 100%, but they're still good. The sky's the limit with candy flavors. Sounds good, some bad. Like pickled cotton candy. I don't think I've ever seen pickled cotton candy before. When was the last time I actually seen cotton candy? Holy crap. It's been forever since I've been to a fair, and that's really the only place I've seen them before. I have made cotton candy for like a for like a festival before, and I remember, and this is like a memory from like the younger days and stuff. But when I was making cotton candy, right? So you have this giant machine where all you have to really do is pour sugar in. And when you pour the sugar in, the machine is like super hot. No, maybe not super hot, but hot enough where it melts the sugar and it spins it into threads. That's how cotton candy is made. And then you can add flavorings to it as it goes. I think I can change this music. I need to figure out how to do that. Because I want to hear what else it can do. Popeye's biscuits not bad. Okay, take that back. Popeye's biscuits not bad. And if you put honey. If you don't put honey, okay, fine. It's not the best. It's not the best. And I say this having had the Popeye's biscuit. Was it yesterday? Yesterday. I had the Popeye's biscuit yesterday. If you ever find a Church's chicken or Texas chicken, depending on what part of the world you're from, excuse me. Texas chicken, Church's chicken, they're the same franchise. If you ever have their biscuit, that one's really good. That one's really good. It's like a honey biscuit. It's not dry, and I would order that any day. But the thing is, their chicken's like kind of subpar, to be honest. Biscuits good, chicken subpar. Popeyes, I think is better than at least KFC, which is not saying much. KFC is okay, but Popeyes is definitely better. You know. Give the machine a medal. Yes, give the machine a medal. It can sing better than I can. That's for sure. Okay. Ramen. Let's go back to the ramen because I need some salt. I need to be a little salty today. Actually, I probably shouldn't have too much salt because I already ate 2 things of ramen today. One for lunch and another one after I got back home. So I'm probably salt overloaded already, and that's not a good thing. Oh, this is interesting actually. So let's start with this first. Let's start with this. This is reflective. Okay, I think I see that. I'm definitely gonna have to look at the VOD later. And it is, oh, look at this. It's a sauce. It's a sauce. Now this isn't unusual. I've had some I had some ramen with sauce packets before. Like some of the Nissin ramen will have sauce packets for their broth. I think also some other fancy ramen bowls will have sauce packets, but this is definitely different. I can't tell what that flavor is. Some of it spilled, so I'm kind of tasting it. Ooh, it's actually kind of spicy. That sauce is actually kind of spicy. I think this is toppings here. Yep, that's toppings. So we have some little veggie toppings that went in there. I think there might be some carrots. There's definitely some cabbage. Let's just put some water in there while the water is boiled. And 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let me see. Should have something. All right. But yeah, the sauce is actually a little spicy. Not too spicy, but decently spicy. Where it's like, yeah, it could actually, you can actually claim it's spicy. But I think that's the first time I've had a ramen like that. Well, ramen bowl like that from one of these boxes that had the sauce packet. Usually we have like powder and stuff, right? But that's a first. That's definitely a first. But not unusual. I think I've had some. I think I've had some ramen bowls from Japan. Maybe not ramen bowls, but ramen packets from Japan, where the good quality ramen will always have a packet that there's a sauce. Oh, there's like the broth is in a packet, and it's liquid. Those are the good ones. Hey Ollie, welcome. How's the box? Box so far is pretty good. We tasted some candies. Like this cherry candy is actually pretty good. It's pretty clean, not too sweet as usual, but it's a pretty clean sugar cherry candy. We're about to try the ramen here, just waiting for the 3 minutes to be up. And let me just check a few things. Let's see. Well, okay. I just had to check something. But yeah, we're about to try the ramen, and there's a lot of sweet stuff here. We had the Sakura senbei, which is mostly salty and crunchy, but not really a whole lot of hint of Sakura. Overall, it's pretty good for picnic food. It's pretty good. I don't think I don't think I have any complaints with any of these yet, which is not the first, but it's been a while since we've had that. How dare you? If you add something to make a biscuit taste good, it was probably terrible to begin with. KFC's biscuits are soft and savory. They also have a console and a movie. KFC for life. Actually, has the KFC console been released yet? I haven't heard anything about it since they first announced it. Like, is that still a thing? Also, what is this about a KFC movie? Excuse me? I know they have a visual novel. I think a lot of people have already played that. I don't think I played it yet. Kind of want to, but at the same time, it looks so cheesy. I don't know if I should. Then again, I'm not opposed to the cheese. Okay, I'm not opposed to the cheese. It's just it looks longer than it should be, which is kind of like the Sonic April Fool's game. It was longer than I thought it was going to be, but that was fun at least. The KFC one just I don't know. I don't know about that one. They've been doing so many weird things ever since Wendy's have been shit talking to them on Twitter and stuff. I just don't understand. I don't get where it's coming from, but okay. Okay. I think it's been 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Spicy ramen, supposed to be. Supposed to be anyway. It doesn't look red. For some reason I thought this ramen would look a little red. But it's not. But it's definitely on the spicy side. Let's see if we can zoom in on that to any good degree. Okay. So carrots look like they've hydrated pretty well. The cabbages also. Instant noodle, quality noodles. Let's try the broth really quick. Whew! Not super spicy. Not super spicy, but it does have a really good kick. Which is... It looks very plain, yes. You're not wrong about that. The thing about this ramen is that it's not really fancy at all. But it's a spicy bowl of ramen. And, you know, when you say spicy in Japan, it's a little bit kind of a mixed bag, really. This one, though, does have a pretty good kick. It's not a burning spice. It's more like the spice hits you and then it slowly backs away. But it doesn't stay around for too long. But it's enough to give you a tiny little heartburn. Just a tiny one. It's not a bad heartburn, but it's, you know. Okay, let me just try the noodles really quick. Yep. That is as plain as a noodle you will ever get. The only redeeming thing about this is the spiciness. And it's not super spicy, so that might be a bad thing for some people. It's not bad, but I wish there was something else in here. If I had fish cakes, we could use some fish cakes here. If I had like Spam, maybe Spam would also be good here, but otherwise it's a really plain bowl of ramen that just happens to be a little bit spicy. That's it. Recipe for Seduction came out in 2020. Oh, I've heard about that one, yes. I forgot about that. I cough a lot. I cough a lot. So this is mainly a condition I have, I think, where if I eat too much sugar or like have hot foods in general, eventually I start coughing a little bit. It's not a bad thing. It's just I tend to have to clear my throat a lot more than regular. I should really be muting those, but yeah, if you hear the sound suddenly go out from the mic, that's probably why. So I'll try to do that more often. But yeah, it's just something it's just a normal thing for me. Don't worry too much about it. If I'm actually coughing because I'm sick, that's a different kind of cough, and I probably wouldn't be streaming, to be honest. Okay, this ramen though is gonna be like my palate cleanser between the sweet stuff that we're gonna have next. Overall, regular bowl of ramen, kind of spicy. Not not bad, but not great either. So yeah. Okay, let's move back to the box here. So something a little bit more interesting from the box. Okay, so we have salty. Let's try this manju really quick. So this is actually supposed to be Sakura manju, and I don't know how subtle the Sakura is going to be. And having just some spicy ramen, I am hoping I can actually taste it. Expires 6/8/23. Okay, decent expiration date. And you may or may not be able to see this, but for for the for these manju type things, or I guess these types of desserts in general, um, the packaging is like some sort of paper, some sort of plastic paper mix that is really nice to touch, and I just want to keep touching it, but we have to tear it open, so let's tear it open. The inside coating is plastic, but the outside is paper. That explains some things. I wonder why. It's a nice packaging though. Okay, let's see. So this is a really plain looking manju. I mean, from the outside, they all pretty much look like this always. A little bit moist on the outside, so the inside's probably going to be moist, soft outside. So we can kind of see how soft it is. I can just kind of squish it. And if we open this, we have a bean paste. It's probably a bean paste. Most 99.9% bean paste with a little bit of Sakura flavoring and a little bit pinkness maybe from the Sakura flavoring. I'm trying to smell it, and there's a little bit of a hint of Sakura in here, but it's kind of faint. It's a little hard to tell. Okay. That's noticeable. That is 100% noticeable. It is very soft. It will cling to your throat, so definitely have something hot to drink with this. Tea. Get some tea with this. I don't have tea. I have ramen broth, so ramen broth is gonna have to save me. But the Sakura flavoring is actually pretty noticeable in here. The red bean paste is basically just a vehicle for the Sakura. And honestly, not bad. Honestly, not bad. Just really thick. Super thick. So definitely have something to drink with this. I'm going to save the other half. For later, but holy crap, that's super thick. It's been a while since I had manju. It's been a while since I had manju this thick, but manju are usually anywhere from like, not too thick, it's actually pretty dry, to holy crap, this is so wet and moist, it's gonna be so thick, it's gonna make me raspy. My voice be raspy. That's what this is. That's what's doing it to me right now. So I definitely need something hot. Yeah, don't worry about the coughing. It's just something that I just have to do, and honestly, I think the best way for me to clear up the coughing is if I just really hack up some really really nasty loogie or something. I don't know if that's what you call it, but yeah, I just have to like hack up whatever is in my throat, and I should be clear for the next 1 hour until I eat something again. It looks like condensed jelly. I wouldn't call it condensed jelly. That's definitely anko. That's definitely some sort of red bean paste, but it's red bean paste mixed with something else. Let me see if I can get that. It's definitely red bean paste mixed with the Sakura flavoring. It's a lot smoother. It's a lot more wet than what I would normally see. Because sometimes anko filling is not quite as moist and smooth. They're usually kind of chalky, but this has been like mixed so well that I don't actually mind it. The one thing I hate about anko, other than being used in everything, is how chalky and rough the paste is. But that's more of a preference thing, because I know some people like the anko to have a rough texture. Me personally, I don't really want to. I don't want to taste the beans. I don't want the bean skins in my anko. But this one's okay. This one's okay. It's very very smooth. The side effect though is that everything is so moist and thick for me, but good for what it is. That's what it is. Now I need some ramen soup now. My gosh, that salt and that heat, that's gonna help me last a bit longer. How many more snacks do we got? So we have the cologne, we have the Ghana chocolate 1, Ghana chocolate 2. So 1, 2, 3. We have the lollipop, 4 for the okonomiyaki snack. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 for the Kit Kats. Let's do the cheap Ghana snack for now. I think that'll be pretty good. Moist paste, yes, it is a very moist paste. I can't even make a joke out of that because it actually is. Okay, tell me this. What is the fascination with a word moist? There are some people that don't like the word moist, and I don't get it. But I like making fun of those people because it just seems weird that they don't like the word moist. Is there something I'm missing? Is there just something I'm missing? Ghana chocolate balls. I think this is like cake with chocolate covering on the outside. At least that's what it looks like in the packaging. And that's kind of what I'm expecting. Latte. You probably have seen this latte brand before. I thought they were Korean at first. I thought latte is Korean, but I think it's Japanese. Someone please tell me. Because I've had latte stuff before, especially the... Which one is it? The moon cakes? The moon pies? The marshmallow pie thingies. I've had those. Those are good. I like them. But it's just kind of surprising that we have a latte brand in this. I guess it just sounds like an icky word. I guess. It sounds like a very wet word. I'm just kind of thinking. If you describe something as moist, I feel like maybe, depending on what it is, it has like a slightly raunchy connotation, which I can see, but I don't think on the surface of it that's the reason why people don't like it. But it does bring up some bad images for some people, I think. I don't know. Anyway, Ghana chocolate. Ooh, nice semi-dark chocolate scent coming from the bag. I want to say semi-dark. It definitely doesn't say. It definitely doesn't smell like. Ah, crap! It definitely doesn't smell like milk chocolate, but it's a little darker than milk chocolate. Okay, so what we have here are these balls. And I have no other way to describe them but balls, so please take it for what it is. They are balls. They look like little domes, actually. So they look like domes more than balls, and they have like little holes at the bottom, it seems. I'm guessing that's where the chocolate could not cover up completely. And if we just... And the touch feel of these things, when I'm just holding them, they feel very polished. They feel very polished. They look very polished. They're smooth, and it's not like it's a perfect sphere. It's like there's little bumps. There's like there's little bumps, little imperfections, kind of like geometric imperfections around the domes. I don't think you can really see in the camera, but I can see it here in person. If you hold this in your hand long enough, yeah, I feel like it'll melt. I think one of them is starting to melt a little bit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open this up. Yeah. Oh, that's thick. That's super thick. I think... Oh, we gotta zoom out a bit. Okay, it's super thick. So there's definitely some sort of cake batter in the middle and a decently thick outside chocolate shell. But holy crap, I don't know how else to describe it thick. It's not like fudgy thick, it's not brownie thick. It has a chewiness to it too. What? Let's try another one. Okay. The middle, it has some resistance to it. The chocolate on the outside, easy to bite through. The middle. The middle definitely has, it's like a cake. It's basically like a cake, but it's not a soft cake. It's like a sponge cake. Or something denser than that. And that's what's throwing me off. Not throwing me off as in bad, but it's like... That's what makes it so thick. The chocolate itself isn't that thick. The outside coating is pretty thick. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but... the outside coating is pretty thick. The inside is kind of dense. And I guess it makes for a satisfying bite. Which I can see. You definitely don't want to like eat a bunch of these at once. You want to do it one by one. Otherwise, you're probably going to choke yourself, and that's not a good thing. Overall, though, I think that's pretty good. This is good. A little bit unexpected. You might actually be able to find this pretty easily, because I don't think this is a very expensive one to... This probably isn't a very expensive pack, but I can see this easily sell for maybe 300 to 500 yen at most for this tiny little thing. This is probably something you'll find in the grocery store, 100%. Not bad, just thick. Be careful of the thickness. It's very thick. Very good palate cleanser. I'm gonna need it right now. Also should probably eat some ramen before that gets too soggy. Like, holy crap. Let me put something, a background item there so it's not like you're just looking at pink and nothing else. There we go. Might want to do the premium Ghana next, just to get a difference in that. Oh yeah, that's good. That hits a spot. I ate too much today. I ate way too much today. Shouldn't have. But I got hungry, okay? I got hungry. All I had for lunch was like a little ramen thing of mama. I'm not, yeah, just a little ramen thing of mama, a few scraps of chicken and onions. And that was my lunch. It was very light, so it's like as soon as I got home, oh crap! I want to munch on something else. So I got some donuts. I posted it on Twitter. I'll try. See if about posting it on the community tab at some point. But I got some donuts. A six thing of donuts. Not a whole lot. I didn't eat all of it. Okay, I didn't eat a whole six thing of donuts, but I ate three, and like roughly the equivalent of 2 cups of milk. So the milk was pretty heavy. And then after that, I also ate some rice noodles in broth. So yeah, I ate all that like maybe 3, 4 hours before the stream. Probably not the best idea. I'm not exactly that hungry right now, but this is, a decent snack, I guess. Nice. Do you have another chicken feast? No, 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 no. This is like some shredded chicken that was like leftover from a catering thing from work, and I basically just took some leftover chicken, and that's what I'm using for ramen filling. I made in the past week some sort of pork, not really a stir fry, but kind of a stir fry. I mean, you can't really call it stir fry, but let's just call it pork stir fry. I've been eating a pork stir fry that I made on the past week. Ran out of that a few days ago, so I didn't. So I don't really have much time to cook because I stream pretty much every single day on the weekdays. So I've been reduced to ramen and scraps of chicken or canned tuna for lunch, and I have to eat a bigger meal when I get home. That's basically what it is. All right, let's try the Ghana premium truffle chocolate next. Only 5 pieces. Only 5 pieces in this box, apparently, and that is very hard to focus in. 5 pieces only. Premium chocolate. And if you can read Japanese, they outline all the parts of this. I will try to describe to you as best I can what this graphic is trying to say. On the outside, we have a cocoa powder. Cocoa powder dusting on the outside. Nearest to the outside, we have a Ghana what? Oh, it's a chocolate bark. So cocoa powder on the outside, then a chocolate bark in right underneath it, and then right underneath the chocolate bark, some sort of kanji I cannot read, and I guess it's a milk chocolate. It's a chocolate truffle. And in the center is also more milk chocolate. I don't know why the milk chocolate gets two different labels, but apparently it does. And that's a premium Ghana chocolate truffle for you people. Let's try one of the 5, and hopefully I don't choke on this one because the amount of sugar I've had is making me, what do you call this? is making me want to reach for something that's going to clear my throat. I will say though, outside not really too fancy for packaging. Let's zoom out a little bit. Outside, not too fancy for packaging, but when you open it, it looks very fancy. It looks very fancy with all this writing on here that I cannot read. And there's also writing over here at the bottom of the box. Again, I cannot read that, but apparently you can maybe give this as a gift, a little treat yourself kind of thing. That's probably what this is for. I do not know. But they have a very fancy presentation for otherwise somewhat unassuming box. Or at least, they try to play it up as a premium, and it probably is, but we'll find out. It's a good thing when they explain the ingredients with a visual. Yeah. Two different colors, obviously, or maybe two different textures. That's my guess. We'll find out. Let's open this. They tell you how to open it. Apparently open it from the side, but I don't kind of want to do that because I probably have to seal it. Let's open it from the side. Why not? Okay, there should be only 5 in here, and it's a little hard to see, but I think they do only... It's very hard to open. It's very hard to open, but there is only 5 in here, and you can see it's very dark. I'm gonna put the rest back in the box. We'll just look at one. Just look at one for now. So zoom in back here. It feels like a mud ball, except it's not muddy. It does look. That kind of looks like the color of mud. I mean, suppose it looks like truffle. It actually kind of looks like a chocolate truffle. It looks like a truffle, like you know, like the mushroom truffle, fungus truffle. I guess I should say. Truffles are probably not the same as mushrooms, but you know, same family. Doesn't feel like it's gonna melt in your hands very easily. So that's nice. It definitely looks pretty premium. I don't know what an actual premium truffle, chocolate truffle looks like. It's not something I go out of the way for myself. I wasn't gonna say that. You said it. I was not gonna say that. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty premium. It looks pretty premium, I guess, for something that looks like you can get at the fancy end of a grocery store, basically. So let's go ahead and open this. I'm gonna go ahead and bite into this. Oh, that's a nice bite. That's a nice feel for the bite. It's very thick. It's very thick. Like you thought this was thick. This is even thicker. This is fine. Like if you made cake, squashed it, put some chocolate around it, and that basically that's what this one is. That's what the cheap Ghana is. The premium Ghana, which is now melting in my hands, is extra thick, much thicker than the other one, and you can kind of see that. Now there's no difference from here what the center looks like and the middle and the bulk of the chocolate looks like. The bark, I don't know if I ever felt the bark. The chocolate powder, yeah, we felt that, and now it's kind of melting in our hands. Definitely get some coffee, maybe hot chocolate, definitely some tea. Just anything. It melted. It's very thick. I think you only really want to eat like one of these a day, because that's gonna take some time to go through your digestion. I'm not saying that to be nasty. It's just, holy crap. It's like eating a ball of fudge, except it melts. But then again, I don't know what chocolate truffle is supposed to be. This is my next best thing for chocolate truffle. And it's pretty good. I have to say it's pretty good. Just beware of how thick this is. You're definitely gonna want something to wash it down. Premium chocolate flavor. It's not dark chocolate. It is definitely a milk chocolate. They said so themselves in the back of the box. It is milk chocolate, but it is presented in a way that, you know, if you want to be fancy on a budget and want to give a fancy gift on a budget, this is probably the way to go. I don't know how much this would cost. I would probably say around 8 to 1,000 yen. But check your local Japanese grocery store in Japan and tell me if it is or not. It is latte though, so it can't be that expensive. Good, but thick. Fudge doesn't melt? I don't know. I don't think I've ever had fudge before. I have brownies, And I just avoid fudge in general just because I know it's mostly a block of chocolate. And that's really not my thing. It's like I like sweets, but I don't like blocks of chocolate. I just don't understand. I need something else with it. Like brownies are okay. Like cake brownies are okay, but fudge brownies where it's like mostly just blocks of chocolate, I no. It's not my thing. Okay, let's do something a little bit lighter. Let's do something a little bit lighter. This is going to be the lollipop with the soda powder. Why we got two soda things in one box, I will not understand. But here we are. Here we are. I do feel a lollipop in here. It is not very big. Like this is my size of my hand. This is the size of the packaging itself. But it's not very big. There is a decent amount of powder in here though, so I don't know. Well, you probably can go through all the powder at once. I'm just wondering how fast this actually goes because I need to store this after the stream. And I don't want this to go everywhere. Block of chocolate is chocolate bar, yeah, but if you make it melty enough, that it doesn't that become fudge? I don't know. What is actually chocolate fudge? Please explain, because I do not know. Ah, crap! There's actually a graphic in the back. I forgot to do. Okay, let's look at the graphic at the back really quick without spilling any powder. Okay. Let's look at the graphic in the back really quick. Oop, zoom out, zoom out. Okay, this is the closest we can do. So graphic on the back says, lick the lollipop. Lick it. Lick the lollipop. And then dip it in the packaging so you can get some sort of coating on it. And then after that, yay! You like it. And then we repeat again. Okay, let's just see. Let's just see how it is. Okay, so it looks like the lollipop already has some dusting on there, but that's because it was already in the powder. The powder itself is a mysterious white powder. In this, I don't know what it could possibly be, but I'm assuming it's a soda flavored powder. It smells like a soda flavored powder, but you never know. You never know. The lollipop though already looks like it's soda flavored by itself. I don't think it needs any extra help, but these people think otherwise. So let me just taste the lollipop with a little bit of powder on it and see how this is like. Yep, that is 100% soda flavored candy. Hard candy. I can bite into this if I want to, but I'm not going to. It's not like the ring pop we had last time where I tried to bite into the ring pop and it just kind of got stuck. That was a bad experience. That was a bad experience, and this is at least, you know, a little bit better as far as hardness goes. But let's try it with the powder, because this is how you're supposed to do it. It's a little sticky. Oh, that's sticky. That's sticky. Okay. And once you put the powder on it, it looks kind of similar to what we had earlier. Let's try it with the powder. Oh! I see. I get it now. I get it now. Okay. So, the lollipop itself is soda flavored, but the powder in the packet, the powder in the packet, when you dip this in, it's supposed to like act as the fizz for the soda. So that's what the powder does. It makes your tongue feel fizzy. I see. There is a little bit of soda flavor in the powder itself, but its main purpose is to be fizzy in your mouth. Kind of like you were drinking soda, but in lollipop form. which is kind of fun, not gonna lie. Would it be something I get for myself? Nope, not at all. And that is 100% because I have a war against soda candy. But as a way to consume this, as a way to present this to like a kid or someone who might be interested in it, yeah, 100%. This is good. Just not my thing. Just not my thing. I appreciate the fizz to make the soda candy taste like you're actually drinking soda, but I would rather have the soda. At the end of the day, I would just give me the soda. Let's skip the candy. Just give me the soda. But the fizz is nice. The fizz is nice. I am gonna have to figure out how to eat this without choking myself on it for the next few days, and not spilling it everywhere because this is open. And I'm assuming you're supposed to do it all in one go, but I do not have anyone to give this to help me with. So yeah, that's that. Fudge, creamy candy made of butter, sugar, milk, usually chocolate, cooked together and beaten for soft texture. Okay, so it's not just chocolate. Fudge and chocolate fudge isn't the same apparently. Chocolate is mix of cocoa solids and cocoa butter, and fudge is a mix of sugar and dairy. Okay, so there's some key differences. I think it's mainly the presentation that throws me off. With the fudge, it's like it looks like a solid block of chocolate, but at the end of the day, it's mostly dairy. Is what I'm understanding now. Meanwhile, chocolate bars are mostly cocoa butter, or they should be mostly cocoa butter and cocoa solids, maybe with some butter. But the dairy is what sets them apart. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Okay, we're down to the last bits of the snack box. Let's just zoom out really quick and see what we got. So, as far as what's in the box itself, I'm kind of surprised that the Texas corn okonomiyaki has survived this long, because I would have thought I would have finished this off sooner. The cream cologne is another sweet one, but I don't think it's going to be too sweet. Looking forward to that one. And then we have the peach Kit Kat. We also have the strawberry cider to wash us all off later. I appreciate the cola candy genius. I already gave it the good points. I already gave this thing. I already mentioned the good points of this, right? The cola candy and dipping into the fizzy cola powder. That's good if you like that. Just me personally, it's not my thing. It's just not my thing. But I already gave this points where the points were due. All right. So you can't fault me for that one. I just had to knock it because it was cola candy. Well, I guess since I just took a shot of ramen, let's go go ahead and with the cream cologne. I think I've seen this before, but I think the different thing here is it's supposed to be Sakura flavored. So we will check the Sakura-ness of this cream cologne and see what's up. It looks like the same packaging. The package looks the same front and back. So there's nothing to mention here except it doesn't open from the top. It doesn't open from the bottom, though you can. What it wants you to... Well, okay, there's something here. There's a message here on the side that I cannot read whatsoever. I'm not even sure what this is supposed to say. But something is happening between the 7th of February 2023 up to the 31st of May. And there's some steps here. I'm going to see if I can translate this really quick on my Google Translate and tell you what this says. Because I think this should be doable. Let me see. Google Lens. If you don't have Google Lens on your phone, Highly recommended, especially if you're going to Japan. This thing has saved me plenty of times on menus. Okay, let me take a picture so I can see this. Oh, I can't. Okay. Alright, so pink text. Person the precious to that says, I cannot say. I have no idea what it says. Two-dimensional trans. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. Okay, there's too many scan lines. Too many scan lines. How do I show this to you? Share. Copy. How do I copy? How do I copy the share? I do not know how to copy the share. Download? Download. Copy, share. Because I really want you guys to see this weird translation. Alright, let's try it this way. Let's try it this way. I'm gonna upload it to Discord and I'm gonna post a link to the chat so you guys can see what this says as soon as I can find the thing. Oh, did it not go through? Did it not go through? I have the donuts, but I don't have this thing, apparently. Oh, maybe it's in the downloads. Let's see downloads. Nope, it's not in downloads. Why are you not in downloads? Okay. Option 2. Just do a screenshot. And then that should show up. Screenshot. Screenshot. Kinda want to share. Okay, upload. And I think I can share it here. So I just want to show you guys this messed up translation with the thing. Let's see. There we go. You can look at that. Yeah, I'll be looking through the video again. Thank you though. I think I've doxed myself way too many times on this channel. I have to fix it afterwards all the time. I'll try to be safe. Thank you. Okay, and this is why we can have nice things. All right, Cologne. Anyway, look at you can check the link and the messed up translation. I have no idea what it says. Apparently some sort of Instagram thing. I don't know. Probably something sort. Okay. Anyway, okay. So there's a QR code over here for the picture campaign. I think that's probably what it is. But I don't know what it's for or how you're supposed to do it. But it's there. The snack itself, ooh, that's a nice smell. It's like a mix of Sakura and green tea. So a mix of Sakura and green tea. So we have these. Yeah, it's a messed up translation, isn't it? But that's kind of what you get with Google Translate images, and that's the best you can do sometimes. But we have like a green tea outside for these little wafer things. And the inside is a cream. For this one, I think it's supposed to be Sakura flavor. It looks very cylindrical. It's kind of smooth on the top and bottom. But if we open it, I'm gonna bite this. Oh, that's okay. It's very soft. This thing is very soft, so I can't really crunch on it too much. So this is about as soft as a wafer. So like if you ever had a wafer snack, it's about as soft as that on the outside, um, and the inside is this cream. It's really just cream, and I think. Not sure what that flavor is, to be honest. I think it's supposed to be Sakura, but it's like it's some sort of rough cream. Like there's actually a rough texture to the cream. I'm not sure where that's coming from. It's a very light Sakura flavor. It's a very light Sakura flavor. I taste the green tea more. Which might be matcha. I'm not entirely sure. It's dark enough to be matcha, but it could just be regular green tea too. It's nice. It's very crumbly. I was gonna say soft, but it's crumbly more than it is soft, because it is more like a. Because it's like more like a wafer type of snack. It's not bad. I'm just not sure it tastes like Sakura like it says it does. If it's there, it's very light. It's very light. I think overall, I think this is okay. I think it's okay. It's worth a try. But I think for me personally, I would just rather have like a wafer. But this is nice if you want like cream inside of your wafer in like small tiny bites. That's what I think this is. I think that's what this does. So yeah, not bad. Okay, finally time to try the okonomiyaki here that for some reason has survived for this long, and I need a little bit of ramen broth. Okay, let's try this one. Okonomiyaki corn puffs. Supposedly Texas corn. I don't know how, but it's made in Japan. It is made in Japan, as it says right down here. Texas corn made in Japan, okonomiyaki, with some characters on the bottom that I do not recognize. It might be just a mascot for this brand in particular. Smells like okonomiyaki. At least the sauce the okonomiyaki sauce that you would pour on top. Otherwise, it's like corn nuggets, and they're a little bit brown from the dusting. You can't really see it too well. I can't even see it too well right in front of me. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a sweet corn flavor. It's definitely more like a savory okonomiyaki flavor. A little bit. It's mostly corn puffs. It's mostly corn puffs. The seasoning's a little bit light, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, for a cheap snack like this, it's not bad. It's like, you know, if you want your, it's just basic like eating a tiny bag of Cheetos with a light dusting of cheese, but you don't really taste too much of the cheese. Same way you don't really taste too much of the okonomiyaki sauce. That's okay. It's alright. It's alright. It's good for a picnic snack anyway. Okay. So we're down to our last thing, the Kit Kat and the drink. We'll do the drink after this. But peach Kit Kat. I don't think I've seen actual peaches in Japan, but oftentimes you will see the peaches look like butts. That's why your emojis all look like peach butts. It's because of this. I don't know why they look like butts in Japan, but I'm pretty sure most of the peaches I've had don't look like butts. Unless you've seen it look like butts. The company's producer was half Texan and garlic on it, probably. Probably. But yeah, here's the peach butts. Not necessarily Sakura flavor, but you know what? I think have I had some have I had Sakura Kit Kat before? I don't remember. I want to say I have, but I don't think so. I might be confusing it with a sake for some reason. I don't know. I'm not sure why. But yeah, peach. Peach. Now, usually I like to look at these Kit Kat things and see if there's anything different with each of the packaging. And it kind of looks like there is. It kind of looks like there is. It's not like a significant difference, but it looks like we have a pink packaging, a yellow packaging. Some of them have the peach on them. Well, I think most have peaches on them. Some of them have a message on them, like this one. I can't read that. Something, Momo, something. I don't know. It's not like an inspirational message or anything like that. It's just there's more peaches than messages is what I'm getting here. Yeah. Okay. So apparently this kanji over here is a kanji for peach, or at least I think it's the kanji for peach. Let's clear that up. That might be the kanji for peach, I want to say. The peach isn't heart shape, unfortunately, but we'll take what we can get. Yeah. I mean, I guess this variety of peach looks more like a butt than all the other ones. Anyway, there's probably no difference. There's more than likely no difference between all the peach Kit Kats. The packaging, though, it's always nice to look at the packaging before you dig into them, because there's usually something a little bit different. And it's nice to know, even with something like this, the packaging is a tiny little bit different. So, peach Kit Kat. Let's go and open this one. Smell it first. Oh, by the way, it seems like some of the chocolate got them underneath my nails, if anyone's wondering about this thing. Yeah. That isn't pleasant. That is a very pleasant peach smell coming from this Kit Kat bar. It's like, it definitely smells artificial. I'm assuming it's going to be artificial at this point, but it's nice to smell. It's a lot stronger than most peaches I've had, that's for sure. But let's see how it tastes. Artificial peach flavor, but it's actually not bad. Now this, I don't think tastes like the peaches I know from around here. This tastes more like, it's definitely a Japanese peach flavor. It's not like an American peach flavor. Because I think the American peach flavors I'm used to is kind of like, what do you call this? Squishy, orangey, almost. Well, that's what the color. But it doesn't have any accents to it. This one has a little bit more of an some sort of peach accent I'm not familiar with. But for a Japanese peach, it might be similar. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making a big deal out of it. It's not really that big of a deal. But this is not gonna taste like your American peaches. At least I don't think it does. This definitely tastes like probably what they're more used to, or at least an artificial version of what they're used to. But yeah, I like it. I like this one. Between this and the melon, I feel like I like the melon better. Just a preference, but I think I like the melon better than this one. This one's not bad though. Okay. At least nothing can be worse than the mochi. Nothing can be worse than the Daifuku Kit Kat. Ever. Daifuku Kit Kat, my worst enemy. That thing should not have existed, but apparently it does for some reason. Okay. Little bit of ramen before we hit the drink. Need a little salt. Yeah, I think those are my Twitter notifications actually. Or something. It's usually some Twitter notification. Okay, back to the drink. So we have a... let's zoom out a little bit. So we have a strawberry cider. They call this a strawberry cider in the pamphlet, so we'll call it a strawberry cider also. YuruHYPE cider. I think that's what it says down here on the bottom. That's what it says down there at the bottom. And I think it says it might have like 1% fruit juice. I think that's what this one says. 1% fruit juice in the cider. I don't know how strong that would make this, but Japan has a knack of making something taste really, really good, even for low percentages like that. Now I need to figure out how to open this. I do not have a bottle opener with me, so let me see if I can find a bottle opener really quick. I might have one. Okay, I think I found one, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. It might be too big. Boba mochi recently, it was nice. It was quite nice. Nice. Like actually boba in the mochi itself? I don't think I've heard that before. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, let's see if this will work. I'm not sure if it'll work, but this looks a little big for the job. So put that aside. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. There's two. No, it'll work. It'll work. There we go. There we go. As you can see, it's nice and pink, just like the box. I don't think it looks that fizzy at all. The drink doesn't look fizzy at all, even after opening it. So, bottoms up. Let's try it. Ooh. That is good. It doesn't look fizzy, but it definitely tastes fizzy when it goes down. And this is strawberry cider. Very... Is it light? No, it's a very nice strawberry flavor. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a nice strawberry flavor, even though it says like 1% strawberry juice in it, or 1% strawberries, or whatever that percentage is. I can keep drinking this. It's very refreshing. It's actually very refreshing. I'm surprised. I wasn't sure what to expect when I got this. All I saw was, oh hey, small cute bottle. I would like to collect this. Put it in my collection. But the actual flavor itself, I never had strawberry cider before. I've had like apple cider and pineapple cider. Those were also really good. But this one, if you were like, what do you call it? If you just came from a hot bath or like came back from a hot day, drinking this and just relaxing, it would be a nice thing to do. Just like ramen bottles and stuff like that. Let's see. It's a tart strawberry flavor. It's not like a sweet strawberry flavor. It has a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's mostly tart. But it's not a strong tart. It's a light tartness, which I'm actually quite surprised because most strawberries I've had in Japan, is not on the tart side, or definitely on the sweeter side. I haven't had much strawberries though. It's usually in the dessert shops, but still, it's not tart. Meanwhile, the strawberries around here that you get is definitely on the tart side. It's tart and a little bit sweet. This is actually quite refreshing. Definitely would recommend this if you can find it. I think this is all in the TokyoTreat store. Not sponsored, by the way. I tried that, but they definitely will not. They definitely won't consider sponsoring me anytime soon. That's for sure. That's for sure. You must be this big, and we are not this big. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for me, everyone. Let's go do a really quick review of what we had. I'm not sure what to do with this bottle, but this bottle cap is pretty neat though. It has the little onsen symbol on the bottle cap. I don't collect bottle caps. I know some people do, but so it does feel like a little bit of a waste to just toss this out. So I might keep this. I might keep this. This is easier to keep than the bottle, at least, you know. And the symbol on the cap doesn't rub off as easily as. Excuse me. I think I burped a bit. It doesn't rub off as easily as the label on the bottle there. But strawberry drink, good. Ramen, still working on this. It's not as hot as it was before, but it's still decently spicy as like it was before. I think what helped the ramen here though is that it didn't use a powder for the soup. It actually used a liquid broth in a packaging for the soup, so I think that's what helped it here. Otherwise, it looks really, really plain. Peach Kit Kat, good. Cream cologne, pretty good. Okonomiyaki corn puffs, it's alright. It's alright. Cheap Ghana chocolate, thick. Premium Ghana chocolate, extra thick. That's what it is. Sakura manju, pretty good, also thick. There's a lot of thick stuff today, apparently. Unmoist. This is moist. Cherry candy, very nice, very smooth. I love it. Let's see, cola. They call it paper. They call it cola. They call it candy paper, but it's more like little strip paper, strip candy kind of thing. This is actually pretty nice. Actually quite nice. Cola lollipop with powder. It's good. It's all right. It's fizzy, but just give me the cola, please. Otherwise, a fun novelty. A fun novelty. I'm gonna have to figure out how not to spill. Let's see. The Smarties like candy. Actually, pretty good. Actually, pretty good. Calpico. Good, but expensive. Expensive, but good. Senbei with the senbei cracker with a light soy sauce. Very nice, especially if you just want a light salty snack. And then the Sakura chips. Salty, crunchy, Sakura where? I do not know. I do not know. Let me check to see if there's anything else I tried that... Nope, I think that's all of them. Actually, that's all of them. Alright, that does it for this TokyoTreat snack box. Did you guys have anything that you want that caught your attention in this box? Let me know. Let me know. Overall, though, I think this is a pretty nice... I think this was a pretty nice box. Definitely can't top the Best of Japan box. Nothing here really wowed me, but overall, it was a pretty good quality. I think the most notable thing out of all this is the strawberry cider. For me personally, it's a strawberry cider, just because of how cute the bottle is, and it's actually pretty refreshing. Normally, I would say maybe a sweet drink or a soda type of drink on a hot day is not the best thing because that's gonna dehydrate you even more. But this one's actually pretty nice because it's not too sugary, it's not too sweet. It is kind of light, but I think it's still, it's still on the sugary side, so be careful if you're, if you're trying to use this as a thirst quencher. It's nice though. It is nice. And I just finished that entire bottle off. Okay, well then. Gonna have to figure out how to keep that later. Oh. Gonna have to figure out how to keep that later. Okay. Okay, so like I said, we'll still keep doing the TokyoTreat snack boxes as a stream for the coming months. Any MREs I find, that's still gonna be a stream. But after going through this, I did get to thinking, yeah, maybe we should try to do videos for other snacks too. The smaller snacks. There is one set of snacks that I want to do as a stream, but the smaller snack stuff that I just find randomly probably will be a video. I kind of want to put them on the vlog channel, but I also can see it going into the main channel here. We'll see about that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Speaking of streams, next week I won't be streaming as much. 2 reasons: busy. You probably saw that in the community post. And 2, the PC problems I have with the graphics card. Apparently that is near the end of its life. If I push it too hard, it's going to crash my PC. And it has done so 3 times yesterday when I was streaming Yakuza 0. So I gotta keep an eye on that. So next week I won't, like I said, I won't be able to stream as much, but we will probably have at least 1, maybe 2 streams at least. And one of them is probably going to be more Japan stuff specifically. I will be doing some sort of Japan stream. So I gotta figure out what it is. But look forward to a Japan talk stream next week. Hopefully in the middle of the week, maybe at the end of the week, I'll figure that out. And something else. I'm not sure what that something else is, but I want to do at least 2. But we won't be here on next Saturday on the 29th. I will tell you this right now. The 29th is my birthday. But we're not going to be doing a birthday celebration here because I have people coming over. So I have to spend time with those people, so we won't be doing anything here. And yeah, if there's anything interesting from that, I'll show it to you guys at some point. But it's probably just gonna be mostly private time for myself and people that's coming over. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching. And if you have any suggestions of what you want me to cover food-wise, travel-wise, or, just anything in general, comments even, in general, please put them down in the comments after the stream is over. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you all next time. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice rest of your day. See you later. Bye-bye. Okay, moving over. Moving over, we're going over here. Where is my... This is the thing. I'm all the way over here, and the stream deck's over here. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye.